In this topic 18C, we are going to discuss troubleshooting mobile OS and app security. So we're first going to talk about root access security concerns, which is referred to as the owner level permissions. So root access for Android devices, um, if you root your device, it is important to pay attention to terminology for the A+ exam. So again, when you get owner level permissions to use your Android device, when you break those security barriers that are imposed by the manufacturer, it's called rooting, and you get that level of permission. So you can basically you can install apps, get apps for free that otherwise you would have to pay, for example. And yes, it sounds convenient for many people, but this is a huge cybersecurity risk. Okay, because again, if you install this allows you to install apps from an app store that is not Google Play. Well, from a store that is not the manufacturer's store, that is not the Android store. And then you could be downloading malicious software. Okay. In the iPhone is called jailbreaking iOS devices, which again, there's so many tools on the internet. This is can easily be done with free tools on you can go to Google, go to YouTube, and you're gonna find tons of videos on how to uh, uh, break the security of these devices. Again, rooting for Android, jailbreaking for iOS. If you're gonna get a question on the A+ exam, it's going to be mainly about that. They're going to try to trick you to, well, can you root your iPhone? No, you don't root your iPhone. You jailbreak your iPhone. Or can you, the jailbreaking of your Android? Well, when we're talking about Android, it's basically the same thing. Uh, in ultimate instance, what this does is that it breaks um, the security of those devices, right? But the terminology is different. Okay. Another key point is detecting and blocking on the enterprise network. So again, if some people the enterprise networks have a lot of restrictions sometimes, and then some people kind of block on those networks in order to do certain things. Another thing you can do is put the phone in what is called a developer mode, and again, as the name implies, developer mode is mainly used um, for troubleshooting, and maybe also for debugging, and for developers to do with application controls and that kind of stuff. Okay. um, some definitions over here using Gemini. You can use either ChatGPT or Gemini to help with your studies, but basically just developer mode refers to a special mode on various devices that unlocks functionalities geared towards app development and testing. And you can do that in both Android and iOS, and also on or Chromebooks devices. So overall, developer mode is a powerful tool for app development and testing, but it's important to understand the potential security implications before enabling it, and especially on devices you use for personal matters. Okay. Mobile app source security concerns. Um, it is extremely important that you download apps from trusted sources. In other words, you should download if you have an iPhone, you should only download apps from the App Store. Well, first of all, unless you jailbreak your device, you won't be able to download from any other place. And that's why people jailbreak their iPhones to be able to download apps from other sources for free. So that way they can have access to apps that otherwise they would have to pay. Okay. Now, the problem with this is that if you either jailbreak or root your device, you could engage into what is called app spoofing. So there are many rogue developers out there placing malicious apps in on trusted store and also in the trusted store. So actually, the app spoofing basically means that even from the original app store and from the Google Play, you may be able to. There have been many cases in which even though Apple is very stringent in order for developers to place app, but there have been cases in which rogue developers have placed malicious apps in those trusted stores. It happens a lot more on Android. Android, it's very famous for a lot of rogue apps, and the thing is that there are many vendors of Android devices. Apple, in this sense, is more secure because everything has to go through Apple, and they are constantly looking for these things. And when these things happens, they will take them out. So they are faster to respond, and it's more difficult to get a ROG app into the App Store, the Apple App Store. Okay. Fake reviews and manipulated download figures. So you may go to a place where basically you're looking at this app and you see all these nice reviews, 5-star reviews, but it's fake. It's just they do it so that you trust the application. So we live in an era in which disinformation it abound everywhere. So sometimes you're looking at reviews, but you may not be looking at a review that is actually truthful. So those reviews could be manipulated. Okay. Enterprise apps in the Android package APK side loading. Okay, so what is side loading? Enterprise store distribution. Again, it's basically installing apps other than from the official or the official source or store. Android APK side loading from untrusted sources. Again, it's a very common practice. You gotta be careful about that. Okay, bootleg app stores. Again, pirated apps. You could, if you uh, root your Android device, or if you jailbreak your iPhone, you can install again from those sources, and that could put the phone in danger. Okay, so again, side loading refers to installing apps on your device without using the official app store, like the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. There are two main contexts for side loading. First, transferring files, and second, installing apps outside of official stores. And either of this will put your mobile device at risk. Okay. Mobile device systems, security system symptoms. General symptoms, a high number of ads. So if you're getting a lot of ads, if you get fake security warnings, a sluggish response time, a limited or no internet connectivity, that could be a sign that you have some security problems. Again, this usually happens when you either jailbreak your iPhone or root your Android device, and then you install apps from untrusted sources. Now, if you install a rogue app, but let's say that you have not rooted or jailbroken your device and you still get this, well, maybe you install a rogue app. Find out what was the last app that you installed, and then go and remove that app and investigate to see if you. Sometimes you may install an app by mistake. You thought thinking that you were installing something else. Okay. Number two, unexpected application behavior. It could be caused by permissions and device usage. The application may uh, indicates high utilization and network traffic. So that's another symptom. Again, um, uninstall the app. Make sure to investigate, read the description. Maybe you installed the wrong app. Okay. Leak personal files of data. Well, again, if you have a rogue app, whether because you downloaded from the App Store and it was just it leaked there, or if you again jailbreak or root your device and you install malicious apps, that can happen, right? So there could be a breach notification. So the app may have access to everything that you have in your phone. Some malicious apps are able to listen to everything that you speak on the phone. They can see, and if you have a malicious app, the malicious app may use the camera to watch even when the camera is not uh, seems to be being used. So if you notice that the light on the camera, if you notice that the phone is getting hot and that it's sluggish, something is going on. You may have a rogue app that is doing stuff in the background without your consent. The same thing with location tracking. That could happen as well. Okay. All right. So this is the end of 18C and also the end of lesson 18. In this last topic, we cover mobile OS and app security. We discussed the issues that may happen if you root access security concerns, right? If you root your device, if you have which is an Android device. Also, we talked about mobile app source and security concerns. Basically, that you should always install apps from those trusted sources like the Google Play Store and the App Store. But even though there may be some rogue app that were leaked in that, again, Android is famous for this. And finally, we talked about some of the mobile security symptoms that you should be aware. And with that, again, we conclude lesson 18.